I'm connecting to you from New York, and this is a very special conversation happening by the grace of Vishwa Yogi Vishwamji Maharaj, who helps in unifying the internal divisions in human beings because he's unified with that which unifies Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. And right now, this trinity in the form of this conversation where I'm connecting from New York and Harsha is operating for this recording from Singapore. And of course, Premuji has learned the skill of setting the frame to take care of the new situation brought at our doorsteps due to COVID. But moving beyond COVID-19, moving beyond 2020, there is an important festival which is Datta Jayanti. And many of us are a little bit familiar about Datta form, some more, some less, but why people and devotees in particular consider Vishwa Yogi Vishwamji Maharaj as incarnation of Bhagwan Dattatreya Ji. We will learn about that and about the significance of this form. He is connecting with us by his grace from Vishwa Mandir, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh. Baba, thank you very much. Pranam.
Ashirwad, Ashok Vyas. Heartily divine blessings to you, to the management of your TV channel, all the members working in TV channel, and all the viewers who are visiting this program all over the world. I wish and bless for grand success, good health, and victory in the coming future life. We have to make the whole earth abode of peace and abode of good health. That is our aim, intention, and vision.
And Baba, in order to realize that vision, we need a sense of harmony within, we need harmony around us also. And in order to move towards harmony, the way divine power helps us is also related to how it is activated in us is my little bit of understanding. And sometimes when we are in your presence, there is a different feel, but left to ourselves, we get to different sort of mental state. So let me request you to share your fascination for the form of Bhagwan Dattatreya. And if I may take a minute to say that you also say, and we also hear from all the sources that God is one, then these different forms have their significance. And in particular, the form which many even followers of Sanatan Dharma are not very much familiar. So say something about the form Bhagwan Dattatreya and your initial phase of when you were drawn to him.
First of all, I want to convey my divine blessings on the eve of coming Dattatreya Jayanti on 29th December. So many people have a doubt in their mind. Who Datta? Who is Datta? Dattatreya. So many people are worshipping Dattatreya as a Trinity. If we attain the highest state of spirituality, and then if we think, if we realize the real fact that there is a supreme, universal, cosmic power, universal power, which is pervading through every atom of the universe, which is responsible for the creation of the universe, which is responsible for the maintenance of the universe. That is Datta. Why we call Datta Shakti? There is a meaning in it. If any person wants to attain that universal power into his nervous system, into his body, and become powerful, peaceful, so as he can serve the society properly. If you do sadhana severely, as per the Sanatana Yogic Shastra, the power, the universal power which is existing, every atom of the universe, all pervading, it flows into the nervous system of the person who is doing sadhana severely. It adopts. Datta means in English, adoption. Datta means adoption. That power flows and embraces and mixes and merges with the sadhaka, and it makes the person itself Datta Swarupa. The secret of Dattopasana. It's very simple. It is very simple also. For example, in our day-to-day life, if I want to give you an example, a person who wants to become a doctor or a surgeon, who wants to become a doctor, what is he doing? Sincerely, wholeheartedly, with dedication and devotion, focusing his mind on the subject matter, he is making the medical knowledge, medical intelligence, the surgical intelligence into his mind, and he fills his mind with that intelligence, knowledge. He is taking that knowledge from the books, from the professors, from the intelligent medical field, and if he fills the mind with that knowledge, he becomes that itself. If he fills his mind with medical knowledge, he is becoming a doctor. If he fills his mind with surgical knowledge, he becomes a surgeon. We are calling him a surgeon. We are calling him a doctor. If a person fills his mind with engineering knowledge, we are calling him an engineer. Auditing knowledge, auditor. Law knowledge, lawyer, advocate. So in the day-to-day life also, we are calling the person with the name with which the person fills his mind, having knowledge. The same way, if a sadhaka, if a person with severe sadhana means it is just like studying very severely, focusing his mind to become a doctor, engineer, architect, IAS officer, or anything, just like that. Spiritual field also. So that is Datta, Trinity, Dattatreya, the power which is existing, all pervading power, universal, unique. If it's their purpose, to do good for the society, to keep the people on the right path. He wanted to start Guru Sampradaya on the earth. Guru Sampradaya means taking the knowledge from the universal mind, universe, taking the knowledge and dharmic knowledge, which makes us successful and peaceful, powerful in our day-to-day life, and to spread the honor, to give that, to transmit that knowledge to the people who have connection with him. He wants to start a Guru Sampradaya. So he wanted to come in a human form. So with a good idea, intention, good intention is there. Vishwasrayasu is there. Universal welfare is there. Welfare of the whole world, whole human race is there behind it. He came into a human form. He selected mother and father, Atri, Anasuya. Atri, Mahamuni, saint. Anasuya, very pious, they are very spiritual, very devoted, disciplined. He did penance. Atri and Anasuya also, they did penance for that, to get a son. Then Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, three forms appeared before Atri Maharshi. Then he was doing severe penance. Then he asked them, I did penance aiming at one universal force, but you came in three forms. So you have to mix and merge and appear before me. Then they mix and merge in Datta Swarupa. They appeared before Atri Maharshi and they wanted to come and become the son for him. They immediately a child came into the hands of Anasuya, who was doing penance in the Parnasala in the house. This is story. But what I want to tell, Atri means not three, above the three, Trigunas, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamasya Guna. When a person sadhaka doing sadhana, mentally he has to attain a state above Trigunas, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamasya Guna. And he has to split, he has to cut off the bondage of the three bodies, Sula, Sushma, Karana, Sula Sarira, Sula, Sushma, Karana, Sula Sarira, Sushma Sarira, Karana Sarira. Tripurari, that is when we are calling Sivasa Tripurari. Tripura, who destroys the Tripura? Tripura means Sri Sarira. Then the sadhaka becomes Datta. He comes and adopts. He comes and becomes one with the sadhaka himself. Then the sadhaka himself becomes the Datta Swarupa. That is the Datta Sampradaya. Dattatreya, the omnipresent, omnipotent cosmic power, which is pervading through every atom of the universe, which is responsible for the creation of the universe. First, you see, now simply, now we are living on the earth. Come on, go above and above the earth. When we go above the earth, we can see the earth, a globe, a round ball, like a round ball, rotating around itself, and it is rotating about around the sun. There are so many balls going around the sun. Now grahas are going. If we go above and above, we can see the immense, huge, infinite galaxy, universe. All the galaxies are moving around Dhruva Nakshatra. You know that. I need not tell.
Baba, let me interrupt if, with your permission. What we know also stays away from our active consciousness. And coming back to the divine flow in us, and you also reminded that in each and every atom of the universe, it is the same power that is pervading. And you also talked about the importance of sadhana. Now, you made it very simple for us to understand, comparing it with the knowledge of medical science or law or any other branch of knowledge. And you said if you study it, you become master at it. But in the case of divine knowledge, people uh, are not convinced. They start by the logic that if God is everywhere, then I need not do anything to, because I'm already one with it. So they take that part. But the sadhana part is
No, no,
not
what
very.
God is everywhere, we need not do anything. Suppose, for example, oxygen is everywhere. Oxygen is everywhere. It is everywhere. Oxygen is everywhere. We need not breathe. If any person say like that, what is the importance? What can you say? Although oxygen is everywhere, for ourselves to have life, we have to breathe. We have to take the oxygen in and carbon dioxide and impurities out. The same way, the oxygen, for example, I have given the example, and the current also. Current is everywhere, power is everywhere, current is everywhere in every atom, in the water and the coal. From the water, we can extract electricity, power. From the coal, we can extract electricity. In the same way, atom also, from atom also we can extract electricity everywhere. But we have to extract and we have to send that through electric lines to the house. Then if we have connection with the bulb, we are getting light. If we have connection with the radio, we are listening sound. We are getting, in the same way, we are getting heat. We are getting, if we send that current into the AC machine, we are changing the atmosphere also. But all pervading it is. But we have to work, do sadhana. In the same way, God is everywhere for our benefit. If you want to become powerful, peaceful, spiritual also, I am telling spiritually also, you must have connection. Yoga is that for that connection. If you have connection, then it flows into your body. If there is no connection, although you know theoretically, what is important? So what I am telling is the real truth. In spiritual field also, those who are thinking, if God is everywhere, we need not go to the temple, we need not go to gurus. It is wrong. It is a wrong idea. While they are not thinking correctly. We have to go to a guru. We have to serve him. We have to learn from him theoretically, practically. We have to put into practice his preachings. We have to do as he wants us to do. Then we have to become like guru. Professors are teaching in the medical college. If we follow the teachings of the professor, just like them, we also become doctors. But before becoming a doctor, a professor can't make this person a doctor. He has no authority. There is an authority, superior authority. University is there. It has to give the diploma. Then only we can work as a doctor in the society to save the lives of the people. In the same way, although we serve the Guru, learn from the Guru, the superior universal power, universal university, the universal power has to give a diploma, declaration to us, go and work as a Guru in this world and make the people to learn the secrets of yoga and dharma and to become peaceful and powerful. Am I correct or not? You think? People may think, so many people may think as they like, but our thinking may not be true, may not be correct also.
I don't disagree with you a bit, Baba. In the spirit of trying to understand and address some of the common questions that modern mind have. So, going by the examples of breathing, oxygen is around us, that is naturally given to us. So, if it was a conscious breathing, then maybe people would forget to breathe also. But going towards the other side, where we look at the knowledge, and there are different branches of knowledge, and each one have a specific interest. Some wants to become doctor, some wants to become artist, etc. So that part of knowledge is slightly, I think, at a different orbit or level than the divine knowledge. And the question of sadhana, people are not convinced, some people are convinced. So here, if I seek your insight on what is it that makes a person become a sadhaka or march towards divine, the other person would look at it, would feel that he is not convinced that there is something he is going to gain, or why should he do it? He is doing good job. He is not hurting anybody, etc. So please share your thoughts on this.
First, with doubts, with a doubt and with so many doubts, a person starts any work in sadhana also. So many doubts enters into our mind. That's common. That's not wrong also. That does not mean that we are confusing the mind. It is natural. It is natural. So, first of all, we have to think that our body itself, the temple of the Lord. We are going to temples to worship the Lord. But actually, Deho Devalaya Purusha, the ancient Sanatana declare, Deho Devalaya Purusha, body itself is the temple of the Lord. That is, you know that I usually sing a song also. Dehame Devalayam Hrudayame Daivapitham. Dehame Devalayam Hrudayame Daivapitham. That means body is the temple of the Lord. Heart is the altar of the Lord. I sang this song so many times also before you in the studio when I happened to come to your Panchabhutamula Sammisritam Panchabhutamula Sammisritam Panchapranamula Sammohanam Panchapranamula Sammohanam Bhuvipai Nadache Devalayam Bhuvipai Nadache Devalayam Adbhutamulalo Paramadbhutam Adbhutamulalo Paramadbhutam Dehami Devalayam Hrudayame Daivapitham Navadvaramula Navyabhavanamu Navadvaramula Navyabhavanamu Saptadhatula Sammelanam Saptadhatula Sammelanam Ilalo Manakidi Dharma Sadhanam Ilalo Manakidi Dharma Sadhanam Bhagavanu Dasagina Divyavaram Bhagavanu Dasagina Divyavaram Dehami Devalaya